Alrighty, hello everybody, what's going on, and welcome to the Shark Room. I'm the JayoSharkyyy, and here we are. Unfortunately, if you're seeing this at the moment, which is hopefully on a Saturday, if everything went well right, or even up in the first place, I'm currently away on vacation, so hope you guys are all enjoying the new Adopt Me update. I don't know what it is yet, but fortunately, no update coverage this week. I will be back next week though, so still subscribe. But today we're covering top 10 tips that you should definitely follow to get rich in adopting without spending real life money. Yay! Alright, here we are in Adopt Me. Let me get my butt off my couch. As you can see, I'm not rich. I used to have a frost dragon. There's your proof. You know, I used to have it. I did a stupid trade. That's why our first tip is make sure to know what you're trading by using values. So back in the day when I used to play before I left for many years, values weren't really a big huge thing back then, but now they are, and everyone's using them. And even though I don't exactly believe in what everything is valued, it is very important, and it can at least be a guideline to help you so you know what you're trading. So value site number one that I use the most is Elfbred. These are the same creators that made Cosmic Values for Pet Simulator, which was another game we used to play. Actually, it's really simple. You add a Frost Dragon, you see how much it's worth. So a Frost Dragon is worth 171 sharks, or if we switch it to Frost Value, then it's 1.07 of a Frost, which is pretty silly. Which is why we all just kind of do a shark, but it's also known to have the same value of a singular right potion. Another amazing value site that I used to use before I moved over is AMTV, or Adopt Me Trading Values. It's also very similar. I will add, for example, let's do the Arctic Reindeer. Sure, I can make it. Here's a lot more customizable, I guess. It gives you a prompt beforehand. So let's say I have a Neon Fly Ride Arctic Reindeer, and the fire shows it is a high value and it's worth 70.38. And values are in terms of ride potions. So for example, this one is worth 70.38 ride potions. So this was RP stamp. For example, if you're doing a trade, which this is a ridiculous trade to look up, but yeah, a Neon Flowered Arctic Reindeer or versus a Neon Blue Unicorn, as you can see, it is a win for you, since your pet has less value than the pet that they are offering. So, and it tells you like the difference and all that nice stuff. Once again, you don't have to use it, but it's definitely useful to know how much your pet is around worth, so you can trade it for something pretty interesting instead of a neon dog. Our second most helpful tip would be getting pets early to trade them immediately, even though they are the most adorable. Here's a trade, for example, where I traded 3 kitty bats, all newborn, and these were 5 yarn apples, but you know, they switched it so it doesn't appear anymore. We had 3 kitty bats and 5 yarn apples for a Fly Ride Strawberry Shortcake Dragon, which it shows you how much 3 of these were worth. Animals full grown, which, you know, I guess doesn't, I don't know how much it holds. But yeah, 3 new pets for something that's pretty old and was 1,000 Robux. These were completely free. Yarn apples, completely free. Now, the process of getting kitty bats for the average user was definitely a hassle, but it was easy for me, which is why I took advantage of it. Now, this wasn't scamming. I do not promote scamming. Do not scam little kids. But that is how much it was worth back then. It's just not anymore because it's new. Here's another trade, for example, where I traded another kitty bat, and I got a bunch of pets that, even though it doesn't seem anything crazy, this was stuff that I was looking for to make my Mega Neon Glory Dolphin, a Diamond Unicorn for sure, my Mega Neon Tiger, and a Halloween White Mummy Cat, which is, you know, also a pretty old pet. Thank you, Adopt Me. Another trade, let me see if I can find it. Now, another type of trade that my pets aren't new, which comes to our third tip, which kind of goes again with our first tip, that has to do with values, is know what you want when you trade someone. This stops you from overpaying ridiculously, giving a bunch of junk for a pet that you want. So for example, here, I didn't really look at values. I was using happy values. Happy values is whatever you're happy with. If you're happy with the trade, then that's a win, you know? So here I traded a legendary squid, which you can get from the RGB box, which is now gone, for a orca. And I'm trying to make a Meganian orca. So I did that trade, and I'm happy with it. So happy values. My fourth tip, or I already lost track, I'm not gonna lie. My fourth tip, sure, is to know what is in the game and what isn't. I'm gonna show you guys everything that's in the game that you can get for bucks. So let's go down and tap on into it. This is important because you don't want to overpay for something. Wow, this looks so cute. The muskrat, but it is actually in the game and you can get it for completely free and still save all those cute, adorable pets. Let's start off with the nursery. Over here at the moment, we have the cracked egg, the pet egg, and the royal egg. And obviously, our current gumball machine egg, the Aztec egg. So all of the pets that come in these are all still available. And they plan to be for a very, very long time. Except maybe not the Aztec egg. We don't know what it's going to rotate out of yet. But just know, all of the pets listed on the screen, as you can see, they're all here. You can get them from the nursery for bucks. And if you are a VIP player, which although this is meant to be more directed towards free-to-play players, you know, don't want to spend Robux and just want to get rich by grinding, if you do have the VIP Game Pass or Adopt Me Pets Plus, you're able to enter the VIP area in the nursery and head over here to buy retired eggs. These have all those listed pets. These are the old pets that I think got rotated out like 2022. I don't know, man. I'm too old. I've been playing this game before pets came out. Sweet mother of pearl. But yeah, these retired eggs are actually worth a lot more than you think. I didn't even know that until pretty recently, because not everyone has VIP and everyone loves the unicorn, which does hold a pretty high value. Since, I mean, it's a unicorn. But that's also something that's else to know. If you have VIP, get retired eggs. Chances of the unicorn, though, 3%. There's also the legendary dragon, so 1.5%. And I'm not gonna lie, I have opened so many retired eggs. I've only gotten one unicorn. It is, I'm not gonna say flawlessly. It's going somewhere. Now for our next lovely, lovely in-game pet is, if we look straight up, we got a grappling hook, or you can use a propeller or something, like my angelic propeller. We can go all the way up here to the castle. My game is so lucky. We can go up here to the castle, and inside, where we see our next bucks, Robux, free-to-play friendly pet, the Grimoire. Here it is for 2,500 bucks. You can get the ultra rare Grimoire. This is how it looks. Something to note about this Grimoire, though, is not a lot exists because, one, it is so expensive, and two, it holds a really low value considering its price. A Mega Neon Muskrat is worth more than a Mega Neon Grimoire, and the Grimoire costs twice as much. So I would say avoid it unless you love expanding your journal all the way up to the max. Then I say, you know what? Go right ahead. But if you want to get rich, avoid the Grimoire. Our next pet is, if you come right out here, you don't have to follow me in a specific order. I'm just zooming. Okay, there we go. Our next pet is here towards the beach shop. If we head on inside, we can find 3 free-to-play pets that all cost bucks, but it includes some gambling. Over here we have the Mahi spinning rod or fishing rod. It costs 600 bucks, and you have a 78% chance to get the uncommon, a 20% chance to get the ultra rare, and a 2% chance to get the legendary. I have yet to catch the legendary, but the uncommon is just the basic Mahi over here. And then I have the ultra rare one in neon, the gold Mahi. And if I'm correct, the legendary one is in diamond form. There it is, neon, mega neon, normal, neon, mega neon, and then neon, mega neon. I think they're pretty cool pets, but they don't, once again, hold a whole lot of value. And here is a Robux pet, in case you're wondering, for 209 Robux. I'd rather pick up a shell at the beach. For our next pet, we're gonna head all the way back to the pet shop where our new pet is. Well, not as new by the time this video comes out, but our new at the pet shop in Adoption Island. We head on over, And we say hello to the adorable little, let me say it right, the Shih Tzu. I was saying it wrong in my update video. Really wrong. But I'm saying it right. The Shih Tzu for 975 Robux. You can get the uncommon, adorable little baby. Now, this is also a perfect example to what I mentioned with our second tip to trade new pets. You can get age up potions by grinding out one of your pets, like Jamie over here. He's level 99. I play this game a little bit from time to time. And you can immediately age up these Shih Tzus and make it neon, and then make it mega neon for spending a whole lot of bucks, and then trading it for hopefully something worth more than it'll be in the next couple days. Over here, though, is the hamster, which is once again gambling for 200 Robux. And all these pets over here, you're all Robux, I think. Yeah, they're all Robux. All a lot of Robux pets, actually. Oh my gosh. Our next pet, which is the infamous one and only. What's Yumi doing here? Yumi's coming along. Is at the camping shop, aka the best shop ever. Ever. So bright. Alright, here we are. Ooh, that's some rainforest vibes too. Okay. But over here is the one and only infamous adorable muskrat for 950 Robux. It is also a uncommon pet, just like the Shih Tzu. There he is. He's so cute. I do have 16 of them. I am gonna make a mega neon. I'm just taking my sweet little time. And once again, down there is more Robux pet. The maple mooses. Mooses. Now, our next pet, it's not in the game all the time, but it is a pet for bucks. Right now, it is fall theme because it's currently November. So we have the fall shop here. A couple days ago, it was the desert shop. But right now, we got the fall shop. Let's head on over here. And we see we can buy a ultra rare badger for 700 bucks. The neon is literally blinding though. But for 700 bucks, you can buy the badger. It's valued pretty fairly for its price and its rarity. So, ultra rare for 700 is way better than the 2.5 grand for the ultra rare Griminy up in the castle. But earlier, a couple days ago, there was the desert shop, which is typically when the water's all gone, it's like over there. And you're able to get the abysmal cat, which is a rare for 750 bucks, which is also a free to play pet for bucks. And someone has a frost dragon. That's so tough. So that is pretty much all of the pets that you can get for bucks, but that is not all the pets that you can get for free. This next tip is actually 3 separate tips, but they're all very, very important in their own ways. The first of all is to log in. Logging in, that is a tip. Yes, I know, it's crazy. Ignore my daily login streak. I can't wait for tomorrow. Success. But logging in is super, super important ever since they added this. I was here before that happened, by the way. But these star rewards are very, very important. They give you a bunch of cool stuff and pets, and also a golden egg at the end. And also a diamond egg once, it rotates, and then it's an orca and some other stuff. I don't know. But also, you get bucks. You also get some gifts, chests, and eggs as well every 5 days that you log in. Just gotta maintain that streak. Okay, that's our tip. Back to our previous tip of what pets that are in the game. When you log in, you should also have your pet catcher. Oh gosh, I forgot what it's called. But here, every 4 hours, you can click here on your button and have a chance of catching a pet. A couple of those pets include all those on the screen, but I have a couple here. I have the frozen penguins and the icy porcupines. I don't think I have any of the other ones, but there are more, like I said, on the screen. All right, screen stuff can disappear now. But yeah, free pets by just logging in. Chance low, sure. But did you hear me mention the word free? Because it's free. Let's head back outside to our 6th tip. Here's our new tip. The pet releaser, which is also something you should do when you log in every day. Just head on over here. But for, I recommend legendary or ultra rare pets in here because they do take the longest to age up and are definitely the most tedious. And just put them in here. And just every day, when you log in, you can click claim XP. Maybe you want to log in twice a day to make sure that you are not missing this extra XP. Because once they do level up, so right now they are post-teen, they're on the way to full grown. But let's say it was from teen to getting to post-teen. Once it reaches that post-teen stage, I need to log in and claim the XP before it can go from post-teen to full grown. So once again, this is also another very crucial step to do when you're logging in. Tip number 7 is it's a fairly new feature and a fairly new tip. No one's really talked about it, but the admin abuses every Saturday at 12 p.m. EST. You can just search up your time zone for there, or you can just click the notify me to the Roblox events on their Adopt Me page. They do this every Saturday. They've announced it. It'll be every Saturday. And what they do is they just rain bucks. They give you free bucks, 3 times aging and XP. They drop rain. They don't drop rain. They rain XP. They rain bucks. They give you pets, permanent or temporary. If you saw the clips from last week, from when I'm recording this, they gave everyone a temporary Shadow Dragon, Mega Fly Ride Shadow. And this week, they gave dogs and cats. It was literally raining dogs and cats, and they gave us a couple dogs and a couple cats for us to stay in our inventory forever. Now, obviously, nothing crazy, but that 3 times aging for bucks and XP is crazy. It's actually helped. It lasts around half an hour, which is how long the admin abuse typically lasts, but it's so good you have no idea. So, play the admin abuses. It is so important. It's definitely going to help you get richer. My 8th tip is a little bit same, but playing the events. There are only so many events that Adopt Me does each year. Our most recent one being the Halloween one, where they decorated the entire map and put pets all over the place for not even for bucks, for their candy currency. That obviously doesn't save for next year, so spend all your candy and just buy pets. Buy pets, buy furniture, buy vehicles, buy toys, buy petware, because they are limited time. They will never, ever come back. They always release a new wave of stuff, Halloween related for this example, every year. And once you get them, once they go away, you can't get them back. So people that would join new, or they missed part of the event, or they didn't get exactly what they wanted, it's obviously worth a lot more than what we have in the Royal League at the moment, because it's limited time. So play the events. Definitely play the events. It is, oh my god, it helps so much. For example, with the kitty bats, which brings you back to the second tip, to trade new pets. Now this next tip, our 9th tip, is a little bit niche, and it is something for a lot more hardcore players, but the pet releaser. I know, recently we got a new pet, the Dango Penguin, in the pet releaser. Where do I find it? There he is, Mr. Dango Penguinos in the pet releaser. It is so, the pet releaser has been a pretty game changer when it came with, obviously, the pet pens came with as well, but it's so crazy. Now, a couple tips that I've given during the Penguin update video, I will give again right now, which is to only put in full-grown pets. Full-grown normals, full-grown neons, or mega neons. They give so many points. For example, let me put in a mega neon kitty bat here, a legendary mega, and it gives me 90,900 points. That's a lot. Compared to a, oh gosh, I don't know if anything, or a newborn legendary, it's only 810, and a full-grown legendary gets 4,500. I have all my full-growns locked. I'm not gonna lie, I can't show. Here it is, 4,500. From 870 to 4,500. That's a huge difference. Make the values out of those pets, and just put pets in that you don't think you can trade or you don't really care about, and you'd rather get a chance in the crystal eggs or the basic eggs to get the giant panda, the Dango penguins, or any other pets. But just remember, you can still get a freaking poodle or a camel or even an ant. So remember, a little bit gambling, But if you don't care about the pet, at least fully grown it and then release it into the wild. Now this is the very last tip. This is the tip that has helped me made the richest, but it is really, it's crazy. And it seems so ridiculous, but it really does do a lot. And that last and final tip is have alt accounts. What you're looking at right now is 4 other accounts all on my computer. And as you can see, I'm full growing pets left and right to either make neon and trade them, make them as ads, or put them into pet release to try to get even better pets. I know it's crazy, but I have 5 accounts that all have login streaks. They all have pet pens. They all do the pet catcher things, try to get those frozen penguins. And I can age up multiple pets at once in game. Each account can equip a pet, and I can equip 2 on my main. That's 7 pets. That's a lot of bucks on all my accounts. A lot of aging going on. Definitely helps. Makes trading a whole lot easier. Definitely aging up those newer pets to trade away at high value. I know it's so wild, but it works. This is what helps me get so many yarn balls for the kitty bats. That's how I have 3 mega kitty bats just from alt accounts. It's crazy. I know. But that's why we're going to go back in full screen. That's a lot to look at. But without further ado, thank you so much for jumping in. I appreciate it very, very much. I hope these tips helped you guys out a whole lot. And I hope to see you again next week where we actually cover an update. Bye. Bye, everybody.